Live. My name is Ola, and today we just screened the movie Bad Boys 4. Now I'm going to call my panelists to the stage and introduce them one by one. If you could just please cheer for them and just welcome them, that would be really, really cool. The first person is Jamel Smith. Jamel Smith, with over 6 years in the industry, he's a freelance journalist and currently a producer at ITV News. And then my next is Karine. Karine is a freelance editor. She is currently an owner of a PR and digital marketing agency in London. So, come on. Yeah, amazing. So thank you all for coming. Thank you guys for being here. How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, cool. So what do you guys think of the movie? Let's just start from there.
I thought it was decent. It's a decent action movie. It wasn't nothing spectacular, but it wasn't bad either. But it was just middle of the road. You know, it was fast. I think they were efficient with the scenes and the story to make it a quick movie because it wasn't as long as I was expecting. But yeah, it was decent. Yeah.
Karine, what do you think?
I liked it. It was fast paced. It's definitely action packed, so we didn't have time to be bored. Although I think the stunt and some of the things were a bit, to me, not credible. But humor was there, so I think the funny bits and the action bit made up for the rest.
I think it was a great movie. I think it's probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. I enjoyed everything. The cinematography, the acting, the comedy, the action. It was just completely overwhelming. Like, I was just happy to watch this.
I enjoyed the cameo for no reason.
Yeah.
There was lots
of cameos.
Yeah, like I think the story, the whole movie takes itself on seriously, so that's why it's so enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some more like parts of the story developed, but it's an unserious film, so we're not expecting too much in terms of story. I guess it's this action, and they added I like the gore elements into it as well because it's kind of just added a little black shock effect to it. But yeah.
Yeah, and I like how they tied all the past movies together with this one because it goes all the way back to the beginning, and it just tied it up nicely. And do you guys think there'll be a fifth one, not second one? This is part 4. You
Oh,
think there'll be a next
definitely,
one? Yeah?
definitely.
Yeah?
Now that we know that Armando is on the run, there'll be something else. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I expect this to do well in the box office, so because Will Smith's it's got Will Smith's name on it, so 100%.
Now, talking about the characters, what do you think about because each character took on a journey, at least the main two, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. What do you think about their journey through the film? Like, I like how Martin Lawrence, for example, I feel like they touched on like the real world experiences that they were going through. Martin Lawrence went through some sort of health situation, and then this movie sort of touches on that. And then Will Smith and the whole scandal slapping of Chris Rock, I feel like they touched on that many times. And what do you think about the characters and suppose life imitating art or art getting that?
Art imitated
There you
life. I did think about the parallel and the nuances they did inject in the movie. And I did like the fact that although we understand that their former boss died at the beginning of the movie, they found a way to bring him back by having him, obviously talking through tapes. And that's when you can see that it's tying into the first and the second movie and the third as well. There was different elements.
Yeah, the characters. I liked certain parts. I really liked how they spoiled with Mike's and his panic attacks and stuff. Though they didn't really explain how he got over it. He just got slapped by Martin.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was interesting, and his dynamic between him and his I guess estranged son. So yeah, that was interesting to see. But yeah, like I would love to see more elements of that explored, his panic attacks and the relationship with his son. But it was just, I did not expected too much in terms of story from an action-packed film. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of Fast and Furious kind of films.
Yeah.
Like you're not expecting
Feels
much
like
in the
it's
story.
going into that sort of universe of just
Yeah.
getting even more outrageous as the
That's what it
next
feels like.
movie.
It's going to like more action-packed scenes,
Yes.
and I like the scene with the plane because it was kind of like very dramatic, but
And
yeah.
very unlikely.
and like, yes, well,
Like
that
every
survived the
turn,
helicopter
every
crash.
twist, I was like, no.
Um,
Eh.
even I feel like we need to touch on Reggie's character development. That's Martin Lawrence's son-in-law.
Oh, facts.
Like that is such a big growth from the beginning, and it's nice that it's the same character. And
Yes.
and he's like this big man now that's killing everybody and just
15 people.
protecting. That's it's really interesting seeing that character growth.
And have you noticed it hardly ever speak? I think he had 2 lines in the whole movie.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, his army salute that he done afterwards, and how much respect he has for his dad, to be honest. So,
Fact.
yeah, that was nice to see. Yeah, it was interesting, and the protect for his mum, and I love who's the mother, the actress that plays the mother,
Tasha Smith.
Yeah, Tasha Smith. I love her as an actress, but yeah, it was cool to see.
I was expecting more of Tasha Smith because she's a big actress, producer, and I thought she's taking on this role for a reason. She must have a big part.
That's what I'm saying. They could have explored more with the story.
So
But
maybe it's in the next one.
maybe in the next one. Maybe in the next one.
what I
But
was
as I said, they made this film quick, snappy, and efficient. So that's it. It caught our attention. Done.
I was trying to remember the dynamic between their boss and Will, and I thought, did they date before? But I think she changed.
I think so.
her
There was
hair, 'cause
mention of
That was
like
There's
her
any-
ex-lover.
yeah, there was mention of
They
that.
were
Like,
lovers, but not. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And that was actually also I don't know. Can we talk about the villains? You may have a question on the villains, but the villain about the ex-lover's husband, who was a politician. It was this he was just basically treated as a joke, and I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. The way he died from the crocodile and everything was pretty fun. So to see, yeah, that was cool as well. I did like that.
and I thought the villain was quite scary. I thought Eric Dane played a very good villain, like very believable, very scary and menacing, and I liked his role. I don't think I've ever seen him as a villain in anything. In Euphoria, he's not really a villain. He's just a weirdly complicated guy.
Euphoria, I think he is
villain.
kind of a villain. in Euphoria.
He is.
Euphoria,
even thought-
he's a villain. Yeah, much so. Yeah, he's just a good villain. Like I always see him as like he's got that villain look to him.
The white hair, it's the hair.
Yeah,
I
it's the
actually
hair,
was
it's the hair
scared
and
that he
stuff.
would
So he's got that
kill.
villain look. Yeah.
He would kill Will's wife
You thought he would?
because he was such a good villain. I thought if he knows he's gonna die, he may take her out or something. I really did not know how the very last scene would play out, because because of the dream.
Yeah.
And he kept having nightmare and then looking at his wife. And obviously Martin told him, you have to be prepared. You're gonna have to make a choice. I thought, oh please don't,
Yeah.
But then no,
he
she
did make a
survived.
choice. I mean,
He did make a choice.
he shot
He shot-
Martin.
He shot his friend.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any observations you'd like to point out? Very soon I'll go into details and get you guys.
Yeah, I just think like they've done a lot of good stuff with the scenes, and like they done like a first person camera perspective when he was like doing a bit of the shooting scenes, which was cool to see. Like they're playing with it. It just reminds me so much of Fast and Furious now, and I feel like it's just gonna be like probably like 9 Bad Boys films of it now. It's gonna come along series, so yeah, expect to see more.
I agree with you. And actually now you mentioning Fast and the Furious, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
But the filming, like the POVs, it looked like, Call of Duty. Like those video games. And I was thinking on a tech point of view, because I was thinking about that, whether it was not AI effects using their likeness. Because the way the camera was run, I was thinking there's no such camera that can take all those angles.
Yeah, I was thinking the same too. You mentioned it. Well,
Yeah.
'cause the way the camera was moving, like it had to have been programmed in a way. 'Cause
Yes.
particularly that end scene where they were in that mashed up building, and the camera was just moving all over the place. I'm like,
At such a
wow,
speed, I was like, no.
there's no way.
I really liked it. Like they was really playing with it and being creative with it. So Yeah, I think they should keep doing that. I'd like to see it for more action.
We'll be back next year and the year after and the year after.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the next one will be like next gen.
Yeah, because the next is going to have a child with his
Yeah.
wife, his newlywed.
And it'll be like
Yeah,
Reggie and
yeah,
Armando
Then
and
the woman is pregnant, she would have given birth. She have, you have to, continue.
There's
keep
more,
going.
story that can happen with it.
so
true.
much more to tell. Let's ask. Do you guys have any things you'd like to add? Yeah, do you have any yeah? Yeah. Huh? Nothing about the movie. No observations. Nothing. All right, hold on.
Gonna mention something you guys touched on in terms of the character development, right? So I thought that was a bit lacking. Okay. I thought it was a bit lacking, like you said. It's very, very I don't know what the word is, but it's just that there's no depth at all, right?
Shallow.
Very, very shallow, right? So even the family life, like I think in the other parts, especially part one, we got to know the wife, right? This part we didn't see any of the family. So that part was really a bit, I guess, a bit disappointing. So I don't even know if that's a question, just a comment, right? So I enjoyed the movie, but I would have preferred to have seen that part of that, developed. And the other characters. We did one more thing, sorry. We have no idea about Will Smith's wife. I mean, what's the McLaren's wife? We know nothing about her whatsoever.
Why is she in that role?
Exactly.
And they made such a big deal that she got that role too. Like it was in the news, Tasha Smith. And what happened? Nothing. We
Don't even know how they met.
It will be in Bad Boy 6. That's what it is. This is
That's what I'm
There's a
saying,
setup
the
for, like,
story was
future
just really shallow. Like even with the villain, like the context of why he was doing it, he was
Yeah,
like
I didn't
he was
understand
integrated, and it was I don't know. He had hate for the cartels. He was going after the son, but it wasn't particular explained why he was actually going after the son because there's many cartel black people he can go after. So like why specifically his son? It's
all the people that can identify.
there's a lot of things about the story, but it's just fun. Like you just enjoy it, for your little time for the 60 minutes, whatever.
and
That's it.
also the when they went in the strip club, and he said no, she's a good friend. Why? Well, I guess she did say for 5 million, she didn't care.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Tiffany
scene with
Haddish. But it was
Tiffany Haddish, yeah.
unnecessary. But yeah,
Yeah.
you could have done without that.
Yeah, we would have. They just
I
wanted
didn't
to
get
just
that
put-
either. Now you're thinking about it, it's just so throwaway.
I was
Throwaway
just, I
scene.
stayed. I was like,
I literally
was it
forgot
just
about that? Yeah.
to show that Tiffany Haddish was in the film? But I was like, what was the point?
See,
of
you
that
said
scene?
cameo. That's just said Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Did you see Joyner
She's running-
Lucas?
Jonathan Lucas was in there.
Joyner Lucas, the one with the gold teeth.
one of the
One of the
Oh, yeah.
And then I thought, oh, you get one rapper. Who's gonna be next? And then DJ Khaled. I was like, oh well, now we're doing artists.
I can't remember if he was in the film before this.
No.
He wasn't.
I don't remember. No, because
I wouldn't have known.
because when he put the bounty out for 5 million, he said just let all the gangs have him. So these were different alleged gangs were coming to
Because
the
he said that he shot DJ Khaled before Will Smith's character said he shot him before. So
I-
I thought he was in the previous movie, but I don't remember.
You
him.
asked me the same,
Yeah,
and I
I
don't
did.
remember.
Was he?
Yeah,
He was.
Was he?
He
He
wasn't.
was, okay.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But yeah, I don't know if he died or nothing. His body just went missing after he got crushed.
Uh,
I don't know what happened to his body or anything, but nonetheless.
well, yeah,
Yeah, I just thought it was a nice, easy watch,
yeah, and funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it's
funny. And they did bring like little jokes, like little race elements into it. Like when he said the alligator was racist, it was cute. It was just like,
Because he was white.
yeah,
The Hillybillies, and you see the Confederate flag,
yeah.
and he's wearing a jumper
It
that
was
says
very
white boys.
jumpy,
I was
yeah,
like,
really
oh.
enjoyed that. So, yeah, it was light touch, but I think it done the job.
It did.
It's nice.
How long was the movie?
Like an hour, 45, 50 minutes.
And
Yes.
we really went fast.
It went real fast.
It didn't feel like 2 hours. So imagine if they had developed those characters, it would have been too long.
I don't think
It wouldn't be
so.
action anymore. There was if it started going into the other things, and then
But we need.
I
That's
don't
always
think it would have
saying,
been
we-
too long because I wanted to see them explore more.
yeah, they could have explored more, but they would have had to cut some of the silly stuff that they put.
Yeah, and that's fine
Yeah.
with me. That's fine with me.
That's what I mean.
Like,
They
some
would have had
part
to make a
even had
compromise.
alligator scenes where it was just like, okay,
Yeah,
this is too overly dramatic for
and
me.
I thought
like,
the
in my
alligator
case.
was dead. When they stabbed
yeah,
him,
when
and
they
then he
stabbed
still came and ate somebody else. So
And also the trope of the superhuman black man. Armando was just never. He just had all the abilities. This is a man that was a drug
And
dealer.
I was like,
then
oh,
became
and he can fly a
pilot,
plane.
And then became a.
And how convenient there was a boat on the last scene. So you can, I was like, oh, of course. And he can dive. You can scuba dive as well.
He could do
So
everything.
Armando is amazing. Yeah. Did we know that the two cops, the girl and the guy, were dating?
No, we did. Oh, I don't think so. Did we know before this
They
movie?
mentioned it. They mentioned it when they was on the run and they went to their house. You saw she came down. And it was like, oh,
Yeah,
In
but
the
in
previous one.
movies.
Oh, no, previous one. No.
That's why it was a shock to us as well.
Yeah.
At least they're giving them something because usually it's just Martin and Will.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with the introduction of these younger characters, we're seeing more stories. So definitely we'll be more explored even more in future movies. Yeah. Any favorite scene? Any favorite moments? Anyone that sticks out?
Scene. I like the plane scene. Yeah, the plane scene was cool, except for the ending because it was a bit, fake,
I think
But the plane scene was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that stands out for me too.
plane scene, but
I mean, the
also
helicopter scene.
what?
Sorry. It was a helicopter.
Oh yeah, it's true. I was gonna say is when Martin has a heart attack and he looks like he's diving in water, and then all the
It's
symbolic.
beautiful. Yeah.
I like the way they did that, but then as I said, it went very silly afterwards.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think for me it was definitely the plane, the jet stuff.
Yeah.
That was just crazy the way that's the one thing I take away from this movie is just the cinematography is just very,
Yes.
very well done. And I don't think they even say a lot about who directed this because all credit needs to go to the director. Like
For
they
sure.
did the thing. They really, really did well. Yeah. Also, like I feel like in previous Bad Boy movies, music has always played a big thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if music was a really big
no,
one
it
in
was
this one.
lacking.
Yeah.
I was
It was
expecting.
lacking. I mean, the first two, it was early 2000s. They had the soundtrack with
Yeah,
it and everything.
Bad
So it
Boys,
was,
yeah.
it was a great soundtrack as well. I think Bad Boys,
Yeah,
both of the films had. So I don't know if we're gonna see. Soundtracks have really died out. So like movie soundtracks have really died out if it's not for Disney. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that anymore. That's started over with. That's like what 20 years ago now that used to happen. So yeah.
Yeah. Do we all agree that this is Will Smith's redemption movie? Is this his redemption movie? Do we forgive him?
To be honest, I didn't
To be
care about the
honest,
slap anyway.
we did. A lot of people didn't care for the slap, and some people.
So you think it was blown out of proportion? Like it was just
No,
blown
no,
out?
it was not blown out of proportion. It was inappropriate, but I think it's because of who he slapped. there's people who love Chris Rock, and there are a lot of people many people who don't like him.
Yeah.
You see, so that's part of that as well.
I just think it was a
Had he
slap.
slapped somebody else, it would have probably been in a
Yeah.
I
different.
just think it was just a little slap, as celebrities have done a whole lot worse, and we won't go into that now. But a lot of celebrities have done
Exactly,
worse, so
and yeah,
it's just a little slap. Chris Rock was
the-
fine with it,
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
It would have
I
been
don't
insane if he
think.
hit back, but he
I think Hollywood probably puts him on the side, but I think his core fan base. I don't think his core fan base has
I've
changed.
really left it.
Yeah, I
now.
don't think he would
I don't
ever
think
got cancelled for that. To be
Yeah.
honest, I think it would.
I don't even know who he's talking about the slap now.
Yeah,
No, no one is. I think
He
this
would've
movie is
missed
what
it,
reminded
something
me
very,
too.
like serious.
I
to
didn't
be
even
cancelled,
think about it.
but,
To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember when I see Chris Rock.
Any questions? Any observations? Anything else? Would you like to say anything? Okay.
Hello. I think actually I enjoyed the lines of comedy introduced by that Lawrence. Despite the house here and there, we just say something. I say, well, what's he talking about? I think I enjoyed that part more. Thank you.
Yeah. Just the fact
So
that he's talking
action
about,
packed. Yeah.
all this like ethereal life things.
Yeah,
And Will Smith is just like,
Martin-
what is
I love Martin's comedy. Like every time I see Martin Lawrence, I just remember his sitcom show that he used to have
Oh,
in the
yeah.
90s. Yeah, it just reminds me straight of that. So, yeah, he just follows along with his comedy and his comedy style that he's had for years on years.
Yeah.
Would you have changed anything apart from what we've said about possibly
The non-credibilities of the stunts. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I think we said, more character development as far as the family dynamic, and specifically, like you said, Martin's wife.
Yeah.
But that's not the route. They wanted an easy, action-packed, funny movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would have liked to see more kind of development, of course, and more in context on like the villain and even the context of like why the politician was doing it. He said something about 9/11, and I just like, what the hell are you talking about? I was so confused. I was like, okay, okay, whatever. But yeah, probably would have liked to seen that. I kind of don't want these films to go the Fast and Furious route because it's it becomes like worthless. Like it's kind of like a useless film, kind of. You
At
just
least they're cops and they're fighting crime.
yeah,
Fast
so
and Furious,
there's going to be an audience for them.
At least Fast and the
guess,
Furious,
yeah.
they were just like car racers and
yeah, it's true.
now they're
But
spies.
I just don't want it to go to Fast and Furious kind of like popcorn kind of movie.
You really have a
let
problem
go.
with Fast and Furious.
Yeah, it's just I just find this movie is kind of like very shallow, like shallow of the shallowest of action films. So hopefully it doesn't go that route, and they can kind of like add some more drama to it outside of the action scenes. But we'll see.
If they could create like an alternative, some sort of additional things.
Maybe make a TV show of this. You never know. To be honest,
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Boys work as a TV show.
Yeah, when they on their day
Probably a
to day,
spin-off,
on their
like,
day to day.
Yeah, Reggie deserves a spin-off. I feel Reggie was such a good character. Let me think. Do you guys have anything to ask or add or anything that's in your head?
I think I went through my notes, to be honest. So I tried to do some notes of this. Yeah, I think I went through all of it. Yeah.
And you know what I was thinking when Reggie was whooping behind in that room? I thought, is that why he was playing? No, he's always on the
Always playing
video
a video
game.
game, yeah.
I was like, you see, those hours playing Call of Duty came to your hand because it looked like a video game. From the perspective of us watching through the screen of the computer,
Yeah.
it really looked like he was in a video game.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, the POV shots and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but humanly it's not possible. But it was still nice to watch.
It was really good. It was really good. More questions, guys.
I'll say personally, one of the things I liked about Bad Boy from the start was the banter between Martin Lawrence and Will, or their characters, right? So in this film as well, I think they built on that. But do you think it was as, back and forth like he always is?
I think he was balanced.
Yeah.
But because Martin has a heart attack from the beginning, the dynamic is different because it's like, are you okay? And so it's not the same. And when he started crossing the street backwards without looking at the cars, I thought, oh no.
I thought it was balanced as well. I probably would have loved to see more interaction with them, like comedy-wise. Yeah, but the comedy aspect of the film, it was okay,
You think it
was
was
nice to
funny?
see.
Do you think it was a funny film?
It was definitely.
Laughed, definitely.
For me, I didn't
We
like
laughed because sometimes it was not credible. So we
the
were
jokes and
with
stuff.
them
They
and
were
at
okay.
them.
The jokes and stuff, they were okay, but I wouldn't say like it was. I was laughing out loud to the film. Yeah,
Oh, I did laugh.
Oh.
Some
I enjoyed their banter.
I snickered
yeah,
a little bit. I snickered. Yeah.
It's cool.
I think a way that it can stop kind of being Fast and the Furious, maybe it can move into more like James Bondy kind of world. If maybe they have more devices or tools or stuff that they can use, maybe they could explore that. I don't know. What do you think? How do you think they can come away?
I think
from
so
Fast and
because
Furious?
they really went into the tech aspect.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that, but also because I like tech. But I just thought they could have gone more the James Bond route.
Yeah.
But then if you do that, you're not going to have the development of the characters, the wives, and things like that.
That's true. So they have
And
to
also-
It's just going to be action, and
Yeah.
if anything, we may not even see the wives.
I think that's an interesting angle to put Bad Boys because they can really like focus more on the villain and create an actual like proper context and the reason why he's doing the horrendous things that they are doing. So yeah, I think that would be interesting and can have like a more of a focus on the villain itself.
But that's
I
not
mean,
the
the f-
concept of Bad Boy. Bad
I
Boy
know
is
it's
really
true, it's
family
true, but
friendly. action, but still family.
True.
Because
true.
they even say we are family, we are for
I just
life.
feel like it needs a little shake up.
I know.
It shakes
You
things
know,
up,
when
you
I saw
know.
the bracelet,
You know.
BFF, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I
sometimes
can't
they
get
just
it
need
any
to
cheesier.
with a series as long as this. I think some things you need to you need to change things up. Change things up. Start kind of again and like revitalize the series. I think they kind of did with the last movie, but I think it needs proper series.
I bet they're
Like,
thinking if
they
it's
do it
not
next
broken, let's
movie-
not fix it.
True.
I think one thing, just going off of what you just said, the motivations of the villain. What was the motivation of this villain?
We still don't know.
Is
As I
the
said, like he
reason?
got tortured by the cartel, and as I said, he hated the son because he was part of the cartel for some reason. There's many other big cartel leaders, I guess he could have went for. Decided to go after the son for some reason, but it's not fully explained why. But I guess he's just fully enraged.
And then the
Yeah.
framing, why framing the chief was dead when clearly the transfer was made way after his death. I was thinking, who's gonna benefit the money? Are you trying to say that the wife was in it? Like it didn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
If
get
the money
whole
had been
thing.
transferred
'Cause
before
I
he
think
died,
there was a whole idea or whole kind of reason why they were doing what they were doing and like killing the police officers. But it was something about they said something about 9/11 and drugs and
I
the
still,
cartel was helping these people kind of keep drugs off.
No, the cartel was giving them information of terrorists,
Terrorists.
and informing the government about the.
But how does 9/11?
So
the cartel,
he's saying that since 9/11 there hasn't been any attack. Yeah, but even
but
without
how does the
working with
cartel link with?
exactly.
They just have links with
They
terrorists.
just have links with. Okay, people from the
Probably,
okay,
yeah, probably.
Okay, they have links with Al Qaeda. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's wild.
For me, the plot did not work. Like I said, the money being
There's a
transferred
lot of potholes.
after
Yeah.
the guy died. Clearly, that's something that you could have.
I think
checked.
it's because that police officer, the captain, he could obviously they found out that he was he had evidence on them.
Oh,
so
no.
maybe they were trying to discredit him in that way, but before like get in front of it.
But
I know
unless-
it doesn't make sense that it went
what-
into his account after he was dead. That's
Yeah, but what I was trying to say is the date of the transfer. Unless it can backdate it, it did not
Yeah.
make sense. He's already dead.
Yeah,
How is he going to enjoy money that is transferred after that? So from that point on, I was like, no.
Yeah.
The,
Then
the plot
reason
didn't
he
work
was
for
after
me.
the son is because he found out that the son could ID him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That I knew.
so I don't know,
but
yeah.
but killing the guy and then transferring money,
Yeah.
it didn't make sense unless they had the intelligence to make it look like he had the money from before. But again, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a hole. The season's not supposed to be light.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's nice, snappy, funny.
Yeah, don't overthink
Don't
it.
overthink the story. I
Enjoy
don't think
it.
this is a film for it, but
But that's why I said
I
that
feel like
liked
they
the
could
concept.
explore it a little bit more and
Yeah,
make
I
it less
didn't
shallow.
understand
But
the plot.
that's kind of my just opinion. But yeah.
I think this is a good time to vote. So we all got pedals here to
He's
sort of
already.
green for, let's say green of us. 90%? No, 5 stars. Let's say 5 stars for green.
5 stars for green.
Oh,
Okay.
So are you trying to do that?
Okay. Okay.
Or if you just like it, green. If you didn't like it, red.
Yeah.
That's just easier.
Yeah.
So
I'd
I
give it
like
a 3
it.
out of
I
5,
thought
you
you
know.
again. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, it's all around the green.
It's all around the green then. Yeah. Everyone go watch Bad Boys 4 in cinema. Thank you very,
I think we
very
have.
much for coming through. Thank you very much, Jamel Smith. Thank you very much, Karine. Would you like to share your social media handles or where we can find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter, Jamel JMEL _GS. My Instagram is ._J_M Jam. Yeah, I think I done
Double
that right.
M.
Is it double M or 1M? It's double M. This is why you keep the same social media handles safe, but nonetheless.
Oh, for me, I'm just going to give my main platform, which is Instagram. It's at KFlawless Official, so KAY, then Flawless, FLAWLESS Official. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you both very much for coming. And thank you all very much for coming and listening. This is the Real Happy Hour podcast. My name is Ola. Please subscribe,
Thank you,
like,
Ola.
and see you all very soon.
Thank you.